Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here. Just want to thank you for watching this video and visiting this page. This is just a really quick video on a question that I get asked a lot. I always get people coming up to me and asking me what they're doing wrong, what they're saying wrong. They say they're getting a lot of no's. So I get this question a lot, so I wanted to make this video very, very quickly. Now, the first reaction to this, it might throw some people off. No's are good. Okay, no's are good. Believe it or not, there's a statement out there that says that, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, or you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Believe it or not, getting no's is just building your character, building your strengths in this profession. Just like anything else in life, you gotta go through a lot of no's or failures to become good at something. My background, of course, is being a rollerblader, a skater, and I remember watching people skating, and it looked a lot of fun. So I put my skates on, I went down the ramp, and of course I fell, and I fell really, really hard. I had a couple people around nice enough to coach me. They said, listen, bend your legs, lean forward, you gotta commit, you just gotta go for it. And I fell. And then I fell, and I fell, and I fell until I got good at it. So, don't think that when you're getting no's, it's actually bad. It's actually good for you to go through that. Another personal story that I'd like to share with you guys is when I remember that when I first started network marketing, I had no experience whatsoever. My father was just known as this guy that's made millions of dollars in network marketing, so I gave up everything that I knew. I quit my job, I put everything in storage, and I took a one-way plane ticket from Southern California, beautiful Southern California, to Laurel, Montana. Now, if you don't know where Laurel, Montana is, it's got 2 stoplights in the whole city. So talk about a dramatic change, right? And my father at the time went online. Now this was I believe about 7 years ago. Of course, you could probably get better leads nowadays, but bought me 500 home-based business network marketing leads, per se, work-from-home leads. And he said, listen, call them all up, see if they're open to an opportunity. If they are, show our presentation online. If they're interested, get them on the phone with me. And I said, great, this sounds easy. This is all I got to do to make money. I'm going to do great at this. Now, guess how many out of those 500 people that I signed up? 0. 0. I remember at the end of it going, oh, what did I do? I kind of had an okay job. I hated it. I didn't like my boss, but at least I had a job. I love, I wasn't making that much money, but at least I live in Southern California. And then I give everything up to go to Montana to learn from my dad. And I get 500 no's? I mean, I remember, I wouldn't say that I guess I was a little upset, but also just very let down and confused and more upset with, that I wasn't doing well. And I think that's where a lot of people that come to me and ask that question are at. But what my father, my mentor, knew at the time that I didn't, is every time that I got a no, I was sharpening my sword. Every time that I got an objection, I was getting better. I was getting better. I was getting better. I love a story that my father tells me one time about a young kid that he mentored. The kid was 18 years old. It was at a big event, and he runs up to him. And my father, and if any network marketers watch this, people always want to know what the secret is. and I don't know where my dad's state was at the time, but he said, listen, you want to know the secret to being a millionaire? It's simple. Get 10,000 people to tell you no. 10,000. And you'll be a multi-millionaire and never have to work a day in your life again. Now, how many people, if you were told that, you might just flat out quit? You're going, I'm not going to do it. Well, as the kid, this young kid, I've got to meet him, retells his story. He said at the time he was just so naive, I guess you would say, or so starry-eyed that a millionaire gave him the secret that he believed him. He believed him, and he was passionate and excited about it, where he went out and that was his daily mission. He said he would come to his weekly meetings or conference calls, and he was, oh man, today was an awesome day. I had things are going great in my business. And they go, really? How many guests do you have tonight? None. What do you mean none? Why was it such a great day? I got 50 people to tell me no today. That means 9,950 left and I'm going to be a millionaire. I was like, okay. And he said people, you remember, look at him like he was crazy. Now, when I got the fortune enough to hear this gentleman speak, or when I got a chance to meet him, I should say, he was 26 years old, and right around $200,000 a month in income. And as he told the story back to me, he said, you know, I don't ever think that I got to 10,000 no's, but I'm so glad that I was instilled in that early. So I want to say that to everybody, and I don't want to even say all this to scare people, because, you know, it might not take you 10,000 no's, and I know some people get a lot more yeses than no's, and it really just comes down to their presenting skills, their excitement, a lot of things that I'll cover in a lot of other videos in the future. But I just wanted to start this off by letting you guys know, and I know also that is very scary to hear, because you know, believe it or not, humans' number one fear is rejection. Rejection. You know, some people out there would rather die. People are less afraid of death than they are rejection. You know, I've heard people, you know, go, wait a second, I thought it was public speaking. Yeah, because as people are afraid of getting rejected on a massive scale. It's not just me and you one-on-one saying no, it's a whole audience of saying no. So I understand the programming in your head where the most thing you're probably afraid of is getting that no. But what's the worst that can happen? You know, at least you gave them an opportunity. At least, you know, you got better doing so. And if really there was the magic and secret, I guess, behind all of this, is getting eventually over that rejection. That you don't care if somebody says no, because there are people out there that want to be involved in network marketing, that want to be involved in a home-based business, and you will find them if you can get enough people to tell you no. And really, no doesn't mean no to your business, doesn't mean no to your products or you. It just means not right now. They don't know, K-N-O-W, they don't know enough. So of course, keep following up with them. Have a positive attitude. Guys, if I can pull this off, I know you guys can pull this off. And thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see you guys in the next videos. God bless. Have a great day.